What's up, everybody? Good morning. Y'all ready for another trading day? Day before the FOMC meeting. Oh my god. Things gonna get crazy. What's up, friends in YouTube? What's up, friends in Zoom? We are here live. What's up, you guys? Hold on one second. Starting soon. 3-month oh, that's what somebody told me. They were like, when's a 3-month extended trial? Start your 1-month trial. You were so... There we go. Ooh, what's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Hey, good morning. Ooh. All right. Gotta always make sure my part is beautiful and nice and smooth and sexy. Oh, yeah. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, friends in Zoom? What's up, everybody? All right. FOMC today. We already moving pretty good. Now, something's up. I gotta fix something in the DD bands risk interval table. We'll try to fix it next couple days. For rollover, DD the selection criteria is not there. So let me put this on here. S&P to roll over the contract. So when we had to fix our DD table, the CME group changed their website. CME group 732.45. Love them. Love them though. It broke our web scraper, right? We read data from their website and then the public releases they do, and then we do our DD table off of calculations from the data they publish. And web scraper breaks 56, 57, 17. So I'm gonna put my DD bands on here manually. There, right there, right there. All right. $75, $91. Morning, good morning, good morning. About confused. Need to see SPY DD manual. So weird. I know. Well, we're gonna work on this. I found out yesterday that that part was needing some assistance from me. All right, what do we remember, guys? FOMC today? No, today is Tuesday. We're like 1 day away. 1 day away. What's up, Joe? Okay, we got 4 minutes till market opens. Zoom calls. What's up, everybody? What's up, Joe? What's up, Dom? What's up, Aviator? Watch out for the bell. I know, right? Ding, 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 ding. I keep turning up. All right, so we guys know, remember from the Zoom calls we've been doing, we now have statistics. Those of you that are not joining our Zoom calls, oh my God, what are you missing? Now we have statistics on a lot of other things. Related to DD bands. So statistically speaking, we have percentages now. We talked about them yesterday. Yesterday's call was such a huge reveal day for us because now we're part of this 20 days profitability mindset webinar that we're doing is to go through and actually, what's the probability the DD band breaks? What's the probability the DD band hold? What do I do? How do I behave at these DD band places? We are there right now on Nasdaq, so just take note of this. Nasdaq has broken relative to that's the Nasdaq is like way down here. So what did we do when we broke? Everybody remember? You guys remember in Zoom we talked about it yesterday? What do we do outside the band to the upper side? Yeah, you knew that. You guys know the answer to that. By the way, everybody here in the Zoom call, you mind run over to the YouTube really quick? Do me a favor. Come on over there. Give some love. Click the like button. Tell everybody what they're missing. What percent of days close outside a DD band? You guys remember how small it is? Do I short off the DD band ever? No. Zoom is the way. Oh yeah. Good morning, guys. What's up? What's up, friends and YouTube? We stream live for free on YouTube. This 30-second delay, but we are real time on Zooms from pretty much all of our members are. If you're not on Zoom, you're missing out. I would love to have you over there. Market's opening right now. Let's go. Okay. Liquidity maps front and center. All right, we are outside of DD bands. You guys know the rule that I have on this. It's rare that I will short off of DD bands. It's rare. Here on the break, I usually will sit out or small trade, if anything at all. While this is an exit target on the long side, I personally no short. If this is gonna be greater than half, which is gonna be greater than half. So while DD band is that magic resistance that creates, this is a volume prediction technique that we have. A DD band is an exploit of the risk and roll. This is a volume prediction creation, volume prediction creation of ours. As you see, interacting it with it is a pretty much guaranteed volume spike right here. There's your volume spiking with it. Look at these wicks against it. I'll get this calculation. Is it predicting volume flow? This particular one in general. Outside of it, market is irrational. You can see on our specific things it is. So let's get liquidity map front and center on SPY. Let's see if we get the open. Is it a BLU? Yeah. So BLU essentially is this. This is type 2. Res greater than 0. There's support off the box, and the problem is we have this goes to SPY DD exactly here. There's support from here to here. Res greater than 0. There's support open blue open. This is a particular trade if we have, and of course my favorite, the leg BSU portion is here. So those of you option sellers and traders here, this is the low of day. Very small probability we break this bull zone here. Flow path from here, flow path from here, flow path from here. There's all kinds of supports from here. Any kind of small long from here to DD bound the S&P would be where I'd be looking to go. Just probably from here, 23 to 32, about 9 points to the upside to complete the journey. I don't think we're going to break pre-market lows. This is kind of small upside to here. Just for fun. For funsies, let's complete the path. Just for funsies, something small. And I hate trades like this because there's not much to it. Support is here. I complete the move and then I'll call that one. Hey, what's up? What's up, Manifestation? What's up? What's up, RJ? What's up, everybody in Zoom? What's up, everybody in YouTube? YouTube, guys, leave a comment. Don't forget to like the stream. Click the thumbs up button. Percentage of days that close outside of that band. This is what the Zoom call is about. We're giving you the stats and percentages of these moves now. In a bull market, bear market, flat market all together. This is we call a combination market, right? It's done everything. 12, 1 out of 8. 1 out of 8 days in the S&P. That's it. Goes outside of the band. 1 out of 8. That's it. So today I'm taking a stab with an eval. What is? How come this is showing up? Hold on. So today is not any real risk. Since we're outside of DD bands, I'm gonna play it small. Nasdaq QQQ 475 drop, which is about 1 point lower, about 40 points dip on Nasdaq. I'm willing to dive right back in on this. Like I said, very small trade. We usually bet that we close inside of DD band, especially before Fed. I don't think the market's going to rally really hard. I'd like to see that attempt, and then actually, believe it or not, I might actually, because it's Fed tomorrow, short this back into the middle. Like I said, this is just eval account, so it's a risky trade, and so this is nothing big on this one. QQQ is going to hit 475 hedge pressure in just a second. I'm going to smash that a second time. He said, this is normally not a trade I would take, so I'm not putting any real money on this one. As soon as NQ hits 475 today. I'll trade set up. What was I trying to do a second ago? Oh, my overlay is like... There we go. That's better. Y'all can see everything now. There's slow pressure from here. Res is nice and strong. Where 75 Qs is the ideal target to long from. S&P's trying to fail the open. All right, let's see what we got going on over here. So all the flip paths, the ideal setups on the S&P. There is a big setup. Losing open is probably a place to stop out on. This is, like I said, I'm just smashing with an eval account today. Anytime you're outside of DD bands, no real risk on the table. I don't really like to trade at all. So this is just me trading with an eval. Total risk, what is it, $20? No real money on the account, on the risk for this account. This is the eval account. So the funded accounts, no trades. Options, no trades yet. Nothing yet. So when Nasdaq hits hedge pressure, which is about to tap, I'm usually gonna hit with a small trade. Now again, anytime you hit DD band, the market's likely to trade inside of it. With DD ratio being so strong, I'm not at all believing that the market's going to sell off today. I think at minimum, there is a scalp attempt from here to reclaim that DD band that we're talking about. So wherever hedge pressure is, C24, DD band. Back here, try to back testing to that. About 1 out of 8 days closes above these bands. So it's rare to break the band and keep going. But it does happen. 1 out of 8 days. And FOMC is expected to, the market is pricing in the FOMC's higher likelihood of cutting rates because the CPI came in so good. The problem is that any long trade anyways is going to have a resistance against this band. That's the hard part. So what I say is not really worth taking a big trade longing through here. Is 1 out of 8 days will close above. The majority of them will close below. I still don't usually short against it because this ratio is so high. The market kind of does not want to sell off a lot of the time, but it can. So a lot of people here will short off of this green band. I personally just like to let these days sit out. I don't like to short in a bull market. We always talk about that in the 20 days masterclass. It's being in Zoom and seeing in YouTube is hilarious, like watching a classic kung fu movie. Me being able to talk delayed. They automatically jump for futures. They are, except for right now. We need to repair some parts of our table for the rollover. So, it's not. It doesn't roll over the contract automatically. We have to manually do it. The problem is that since the CME changed our website, it kind of broke our table. So we fixed it, but apparently rollover is missing the option for me to roll. That's the problem there. Okay. That dust off of my. So I got this like hard mouse pad right here. It's a nice hard mouse mat, but I don't know if they like repeat the pattern on it because my optical mouse has slow spots on it. I don't know if you guys ever had an issue like this with an optical mouse, but like it has slow spots. When I drag it across the surface, it catches sometimes. It's not physically catching. It's like the camera is confused, like it doesn't know that it's moving. And I have a really nice optical mouse, so apparently the mouse pad must be repeating its pattern or not random enough that the optical part doesn't know that it's moving. Because optical mouse is just taking like a ton of pictures underneath it. Right. Nasdaq giving a push. Does that DD band tap one more time? Let's see that interaction point with it. Well, the question is, does it break and resist or does it turn around and sell off? We'll see. I took the long bet on this one that the S&P would continue its path. Nasdaq hitting this. There's that resistance, right? This is one of our best forecasting tools as far as like where the range of the day typically is. Abnormal to break it 1 out of 8 days. Honestly, we could probably relax and sell a little bit before Fed. Not impossible to see that happen. But I don't bet that the I don't bet that we sell off with such good expectations. The Fed isn't going to cut rates, which I don't think they will. CPI is better, but it's not there yet. I'm still in that boat that the Fed's not going to cut rates till early next year, maybe late this year. Maybe late this year, that's it. We'll get some of these today. Energy down, staples down, financials muted. Basically, Nasdaq is the big winner today, for the most part. Tech and comm services are the big parts of the Nasdaq. Healthcare, another part of the Nasdaq, still slightly down. It looks like we're just kind of rotating slightly positive in the Nasdaq here. S&P relatively muted on the gain for some of the sectors. Technology specifically is the one that's looking good. Until BLD, interesting. A lot of these are bullish setups. They're all looking pretty decent. But it's hard to think that the market does gain a lot of momentum and rally before FOMC leading into it. But I think the market is going to not sell off leading into FOMC. That's for sure. That's hard to believe that's going to happen. I don't see any momentum at all to the downside. Let's see, SPY DD band is going to be about 8 points higher, so roughly about here. About there. Resilience number is nice and strong. It's trying to dip, but it's holding. Yeah, so being so close to resistance to reward or risk is just like not exactly there. And like I said, I'm not even hitting it with anything but an eval account. I disagree with the CME Fed watch rate cut possibilities. What is the CME saying? See what they say today. Yeah, the market is pricing in a quarter, looks like a quarter of a point. What are you talking about here? I got it, just doing an email account here. So here the hedge pressure was tapped. I'm going to add to it, like I said, just trading eval account right now. I'm going to add to it right at S&P. So I got something small. I'm going to add to it right here at the dip. Like I said, this is just eval, so it's not even worth this is a high risk trade. What about the half gap holds? Resilience is still positive, which is good. I wanted to see. It's like still looking solid. So the Fed watch right here, 65% go to 475, 35% stay where we are. That's what Wall Street's pricing in right now is a rate cut, right? Because the CPI came in at like 2.5. It's still not It's still not the Fed's 2% target. It's closer. It's getting there. But the Fed has been very adamant on explaining to us that they're not going to do anything until the 2% is hit. Or they want to see a trajectory going to that. Wall Street's overly optimistic that such a huge dip in the year-over-year CPI is closer to that target. Don't think so. I've known the Fed long enough. They're not going to do anything to spark something crazy before an election. They can just stay the course with no action. They don't have to take any risk at all. They can no action, no anything, and inflation's gonna curb itself lower. I think it's gonna. And as soon as they get there, they're gonna let it see if it holds, and then they're gonna get aggressive on cutting rates. I still think next year. I think this year. I don't disagree with the probabilities. You can't disagree with the probability. The data is what the data is. But that's what the bet is, right? So the futures are betting in. CPI trajectory is going lower, and with the market at all-time highs, and the Fed cutting rates might have a trickle-down effect to boost and stimulate things now. As higher rates, right, destimulates lending, lower rates stimulates lending, participant banks, right? Do they need to do so? Interest rates are already coming down on their own a little bit, like in mortgage rates and things, slightly coming down. We're house shopping now. This is just eval today. So this is breaking hedge for sure on Nasdaq. That's the bounce I want to see. This is what I said. This is a risky bet to take along that we do complete this move here. But that's okay. I was tapping it pretty hard. But no, I don't usually take real risk in a real account from here. Once you get to once you break DD bands, the start of the day, usually just let the day play out. So to give you guys some kind of visibility on some kind of pivoting action, SPY, this is the SPY support that I'm looking for with resilience greater than 0, but now it's less than 0, so I'm going to be very cautious within a minute or two. If we don't get a solid bounce here and this doesn't recover, then this is a loss. But that's okay, because real account, I'm waiting for hedge pressure. So this is what I'm waiting for here. My trades in here and here. You guys know how I love to trade. Matt's favorite. I will always play these right here. So what I'm waiting for with like my options, with my futures account, always. But just in here, just to show some risk management, I'm trading an eval account on the future side. What do we hold? Probabilities down here. Under these conditions, roughly 70+% under these conditions. I always long here. Nice stop below. So very high probability we're in here. Very high probability we're in here. It's a nice place to do, like, you know, iron condors or credit spreads. This number is less than 0. Made up much lower here. So what's great is if this is less than 0. Normally I like to bet that the bull market persists. I don't short here. Ever. Short this. Here. When DD greater than half. So market's too bullish for me to want to short. I usually err to the bull side, but because they're really far away from my bull pivots, I just stabbed at it with an eval. I'm going to do my real accounts here. Take a gamble with like $30 risk here. And that's when I tell people I demonstrate how to do trader funding programs. When your risk is high, don't risk your real cash. That makes any sense? Problem is, if these resilience numbers stay below 0 for a long period of time, the market's going to try to make its way lower. Yeah. Yeah, so Tuesday, somebody say Tuesday for FOMC tends to do the opposite of Monday. Just pre-positioning. I would think that the FOMC is going to come in muted. I think that the interesting part is that people are still betting that the rate cut is coming. So I think the muted FOMC is going to cause a sell-off that's going to turn around and rally. Just like CPI did. I think people are going to say, oh, the Fed didn't cut rates, let me sell. And the market's going to... And there's going to be people like, look, they're going to cut rates at some point. They're going to buy. So I really do think Fed is going to be an awesome day to trade. I'm going to let it dip. I'm going to buy call options, long dated call options on any kind of dip. Any like sell off of the Fed, like the Fed day sells off and breaks hedge pressure, breaks monthly hedge pressure. Then what I do is I let it fall until the end of the day. Remember those days, the percentage of days, roughly 8% of days will break DD band to the downside and stay lower. So if we have a complete sell-off day, I'm gonna let it just fall and fall and fall and fall and fall. And at the end of that day is when I'm gonna try to get some cheap options. I have to watch monthly maps to see if the market has actually got any kind of selling pressure coming up. QQQ was the bad looking one. So let's see if it still looks kind of bad. Hold on. Monthly map on SPY. So the S&P, nice and bullish. When this slopes down, it's bullish. When this slopes down, it's a short squeeze. It's looking great. So this is projecting 3 months out. So rock scooter tools allow you to see about 3 months out market risk. And QQQ is just cleaning itself up as well. There's really no bearishness in this market anymore. So what I thought we would get like 2 big waves down, it's starting to solidify and actually be a little cleaner. This bull zone is starting to stabilize a little better. The market's going to need another shock to sell off. So we're kind of back to bull market. The volatility post-expiration is kind of going away as well. There's bull zones starting to strengthen inside of here. People here are definitely long this market. I don't see any more bear case. So, yeah, so I'm in the boat that the sell-off is over now. This is pretty much it. We're back to normal. Any nasty day on the Fed is the start of the rally, I think. Ideally, market cap sizes. I mean, you guys all see it, right? I mean, every day we've been looking at this. This has been getting stronger. So we're good. Bull zone. Very little volatility anymore. Not sure what's going on here. Closer to November. Oh, election. I'm an idiot. This is why. Election, right? People are just put heavy into the election. That's what this is. Let's see how this works. So, betting on that election level volatility there. And that's all of this. Is people have been longing and buying at the money puts the whole way up. Election puts. Yeah, people are hedged so heavily in the election. Let's see how cool that is. Even monthly maps reveals it. Election hedging. If you guys want access to our tools, there's a link in the description below. We're doing a thing, 66% off. You can join our Zoom calls for $1 a day, actually. We teach all these probabilities and setups. Bull market is back. October. Bull market is back. Interesting to see that. Remember, we don't short. I don't, even though 88% of the time, look at S&P really quick. So even though we don't, S&P is just as good. Oh yeah, we've got. We're gonna God, any dip in the next week or two. That dip, I'm gonna let it sell off that day. I'm gonna buy breakout high calls for 2 weeks out. It'd be such an easy setup if we do fall. But this being so bullish, ooh, I get so happy when we see bull markets back. You know me, make horse noises. It's great. It's super giddy. Is my S&P bouncing again? Eval account only, bouncing at half gap. This is child's play. Resilience. Never bet against the market when it's strongly bullish like this. Bought the dip. Bought small. Doubled hard. Kind of close to break even. So the question is what I feel like do. I always long down here. That's not minus 70%. That's 70% chance. Over here. So all of these techniques that we do have probabilities that go with them. You join our Zoom calls, you will learn the probabilities. All of our cheat sheets are going to get more information put on them pretty soon. For those of you in the new Pro Plus, if you guys are in the old Pro Plus, move your membership to the new website. Everyone on Legacy rocks here. So basically, we're shifting all the branding around. Marketplace is getting its own brand and identity. Rocket Scooter's website is coming back on its own. So we're going to be on the marketplace and our website. All of it will be back. The website will have more information like it used to, right? You guys are all around here for the marketplace rollout. YouTube channel is going to get its new brand. Well, oh, there goes my trade. There goes my trade. This is just eval, but still it is. Where's the SPY data? SPY, where'd you go? SPY back at filling the gap. Let's just watch this one. We're looking for DD bound on SPY. UQQ looking good. Everybody, you have until the end of September. Get your butts on the new website. You don't know where to get anything? Go to your My Communities and click claim. That's it. So somebody sent me an email, was like asking, like, you know, what's up with the marketplace thing, yada yada. So marketplace, I'll give you an example, right? So I own a successful restaurant, but then I like also now own the mall that the restaurant is in. So the marketplace is, you know, an e-commerce marketplace. It started off as a trading only marketplace, but we realized that there were so many people that were like, I kind of would love to use this too. So what we did was we're making separate sub areas of the marketplace, similar to Amazon. So we have like when our marketplace is launched with the new branding, which will be Wednesday. So by the way, the website, you need a whole new website link probably on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. So you guys are all going to have to log in. It won't be Rocket Scooter anymore. We'll make the announcement. Travis, what are you talking about? Go to Rocket Scooter and log in. Oh, wait, how much? Oh, let me close that trade out. Close that DD band. All right, that was cool. That was like 1,500. Not bad. These are the two. These are I did the eval, so that's basically it. These are the two that I did. One was in Nasdaq, one was in the S&P. So this was today. This is eval. I'd love to pat myself on the back, you know, but obviously this would be great if this was funded. But well, when risk is high like this, I only trade evals. Never bet against the bull market. Talked about this yesterday. So this is eval profits. So far behind the times. Okay. So there's DD Van Tap. We talked about this today. Oops. There's a 88% chance we close on the inside, 12% chance we close above. I don't normally bet against the bull market. Took the long here. Doubled down at Nasdaq hedge pressure proxy bet. Closed a DD Van. It's a textbook trade. Wasn't that big of a headache to manage. These are the eval profits. 0 real dollars, but a whole lot of confidence dollars. But when risk is high, just go past so much evals. That's the point. Why is Stream Elements going crazy today? Oh my god, let me change that. Hold up. Oh, that's annoying as shit. Hold on. Stream Elements blowing up my chat. Yeah, resilience is still negative, but bearing bull, what we talked about yesterday, remember? Do you use resilience when you break DD bands? You don't, right? I rolled over to December, Tommy. DD bands according to the website are different. So the website isn't rolled over, or the platform isn't rolled over yet. Hold on, let me fix what's going on with the chat here. Travis, what are you having trouble accessing? Let me help you out really quick. Oh. Good lord. I set up the chat box. Okay, log into rocketscooter.com. It's like left side panel. There's my communities, my software, my purchases, etc. What is the website? You've been in Discord? Rocket Scooter. What are you talking about? No one here. We haven't moved anything yet. So starting Wednesday, we'll make an announcement. Do you guys remember whenever, and we'll talk about QQQ because QQQ broke their DD band. We talked about this yesterday. Outside of DD band, when you have those signals red, which these are not flagging right now because we need to fix our bot here. But when you're outside of the band, we talked about this yesterday in the Zoom class, right? Don't trade off of ratio, liquidity maps, resilience. You don't use those as leading indicators anymore when you're outside of DD bands, right? Does Lifetime have to do anything? Lifetime doesn't have to do anything. Lifetime members from the old site are now moved to the new site. So Lifetime members, go to rocketscooter.com and log in. And if you can't log in, just switch your password. Made it sound like the meetings were going on. I'm very confused, Travis. Meetings are going on. We're in the Zoom meeting right now. There's a channel in the Discord called Zoom Calls. It has the link. Oh, thank you. And then obviously 88% of the time you close on the inside, 12% of the time you break to the outside. So in the Zoom calls, like I said, it's all about the stats. You guys are going to learn that we're not doing a lot of education on the YouTube anymore. It's all going to be in the Zoom calls. So we do a Zoom call every day in the afternoon. You guys got to call. So here's the thing that we're doing, all right? So what the company's trying to do is hire more people to build more stuff on the platform. So we have an optional Zoom call that we're doing to further train and to talk about all this cool jazz, statistics and everything of all these different setups. It's $20 a month for everyone. It's a donation raise, like a Kickstarter. You give us a little bit, we give you something, like in return. So even Lifetime's being asked to do that. It's voluntary. You don't have to come. But if you want to, we'll give you something in return for your donation, as we've done before. Everyone pitches in to help develop the platform. We did a cash raise when we made resilience. That's to build resilience. This cash raise is to put these probabilities on the chart while you trade. So if you want that feature, you will have to buy that feature going forward. Or get access to that feature via the new Pro Plus on the website or new Lifetime on the website. So the idea is that Rocket Scooter Legacy is frozen as of now. It's not getting any more updates. So you must be on the new site. We want everybody to over there. Any questions about today's setup? YouTube, if you guys any questions about how we do our trading stuff here, questions. We're here to answer them. Half gap support. You guys know how I do it? I always long at the open on open support. I double down, long. Remember, I grabbed 2 and then I grabbed like 4 more. I did like 2, I did 6. I X'd all of it out right there. And that's it. Oh yeah, hey Brian. So we do it at 4 o'clock. Like an hour before, or our time at 2 o'clock, sorry. 2 o'clock. Our time. Not 4. 3 Eastern, 2 Central. So it's just like basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to raise another 10 grand a month so we can hire 2 salaried employees to build this feature on the platform itself. Kind of how we do it. So unfortunately, inflation has made our expenses really high last 2 or 3 years. So the budget is like less, and you guys are like, let's get all this stuff. We want you guys to build all this stuff. And I'm like, well, we're inching along. We need to hire more people. So if you want to see that stuff faster, we really appreciate everybody supporting that. You're more impressed by your 1 trade a day than anything else. The liquidity map is gold, though. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I mean, you don't become good at this by trading a lot. You be good. The better you are, the more like you're like a hawk. Okay, that's what I tell people. When you're a hawk flying around, you'll see millions of creatures, right? But you know which one is your opportunity to strike, and you wait for it. Your goal is not to expect, or a cheetah, even the same thing. Like cheetahs can't run, you know, 1,000 miles an hour. I don't know how much, probably like 100 miles an hour. Like indefinitely, like just continuously that way, right? Because a cheetah will actually kill itself on accident. Oh, I could piece of glass in my finger or something. By overheating. This is the thing. It might seem impressive to watch a cheetah run. They only do it for about 10 seconds or less, and then they have to stop and relax and rest. You can't expend that amount of energy, so they have to like wait, and then strike. And then once they expend, you got to reset. Their head gets really hot, and they got to like cool off, right? So before they burn their brains to a mush, they have to kind of stop. You don't want to burn your brain to a mush trading. Be a cheetah. Don't be a chump. Just wait for what you want. Today, there were 2 options, long to DD band, half gap, long at open to half gap. They're both there. I knew they were both there, so that's why I took a smaller long. I doubled down. I say double down, but I actually get in much bigger. Anytime I add to a position in deficit to lower my cost basis, I always hit that second trade harder. And they're 2 bull supports right next to each other. So I trade this one small and then this one medium. Turn it up. Like that. Oh, no, Harold. No. You don't need to purchase lifetime again. No. You don't. Oh, God. No. Thank God you asked that. No, but the new content, we ask for lifetime to donate, please. Optional. $20 a month. So we can build it. It's just nominal because, like, basically, just to be fully transparent, inflation, our expenses went way through the roof. In general, right? And it's tough times for everybody out there. So like everybody from like McDonald's to Target to whatever, you know, prices are going up, and we never really raised our prices to compensate. We just operated with that that tight budget. But you guys are still like aggressive, guys. Come on, let's build this. So you're like, remember in 2020, 2021, you guys are making all these features. Like, what happened? Well, the economy happened, you guys. It's like, we're a business too. Papa Bear throwing a couple $1 million into building the trading platform. It's no lie, but you know, we still have to kind of operate in a certain way. And unfortunately, because of inflation, everybody in the world is like slowing down or raising prices. We chose to like not impede your experience by raising prices. So the compromise was we'll have an optional thing or an optional donation to help the company build faster. And in return, I'll give you some more of my time. And that's kind of the whole. Yeah, so Harold, please don't go buy lifetime. If you can buy lifetime again, if you want to further support the community, that'd be great. But really, just the new access is an additional, you know, $20, almost like a Kickstarter. And then the next step that we're doing with this is we're building. So this is for Q4. This is what we're going to be building. September 30th ends what we call Marketplace Phase 1. And then we're back to building cool stuff. Number 1, weekly hedge pressure resilience. That's number 1. Straight up. Let me actually go to my announcement. So this is what we will be building with your awesome donations. Like I said, anything you guys can do to help us out, help pass the word on, we haven't really been doing a lot of marketing lately. because of all the transitions into creating like the e-commerce marketplace and then revamping the Rocket Scooter website, which is called Legacy right now. We're going to revamp that down the road. It'll be completely different. But the reason I haven't been so transparent about like the names and all the things, because people go out there and like will steal your socials if you tell them what you're trying to make. Come up with a name and you say, this is the new name of my company, and then somebody's going to like hijack all your stuff. So we're very mum about it. And so right now we just kind of took all our ads down because the branding's about to shift to the final destination. It's going to be like one more weird hurdle for all of us. New website, new name, new everything. You guys will love it, I promise. This one will make all kind of sense at the end of it. Let's go to here. Where is my... I thought I replied to this. Where did I put it? Oh, it's in two different things. Okay. So HP resilience, number 1. Number 2, trading views, multi-chart support inside the browser will help with the memory leaks that you can get from opening multiple browser tabs. We're also fixing that as well, but we want to do the internal to one browser side split windows. So that's coming out. So essentially, this is the task list for the platform for the end of 2024. Hedge pressure resilience, blue resilience line. You figure out a way to do it, even though not all the S&P 500 stocks have weekly options. We're still going to create one. It's going to be a viable tool for hedge pressure break studies, right? The resilience is a predictor of these lines breaking. Shift those probabilities. Number 2, multi-window support, or sorry, multi-frame support inside a window. Number 3, CPU memory leaks for multiple browser tabs being open, i.e. pop out the chart. Number 4, we're fixing the tickers in the risk interval table. That's the ones we're actually doing now. That's actually first on the list. Number 5, AI assist. Dynamic probabilities placed on the chart. Number 6, dynamic overnight hedge pressures on your futures charts, automatic. And alerts create out of those on the hedge pressure breaks. That is this year, you guys. So if you can support the group, we can build it faster. That's the whole point. We're going to try to be aggressive on that again. Trying to reset password, not recognizing you. If you have an issue, Brian, let me just put it in tech support. So everybody knows my rule, right? I don't ever short here when DD is greater than half. I don't. I don't also trade outside of here. Some people like to take a long trade with a small position only. I don't. I usually do not trade there. Put that note here. And I'll put this in our Zoom call channel. I don't trade here. Because 88% of the time, you close down in here. So whatever you end up getting, ultimately, most of the time ends up back down in there anyways. But it doesn't usually short. Days like this, hug at the top. They usually don't sell off. So be very cautious trying to short this. It's going to be very rare. Only 7% of days went from here to there. So you don't really get a lot of probability that you do sell off. But when you do sell off, it's usually from DD band. So the thing is that it's a weird, funky thing. Because the risk is high of the degree of selling off, but the frequency is low, I don't take the long risk. Not up here. I usually exit when everybody here is like, well, maybe we should get on the long. I'm already out. So in this particular case, I don't do much from here. Remember, 7% of the time you go from here to there. And this is, again, on the last 6-month back test. 7% of the time you will go from here to there. Okay? It's an interesting stat because 7% of the time when you touch upper DD band, 7% of days, you'll touch one band and fly to the other. So that's like, 1 out of 15 days that you try to long out of the bands, you will blow your account up. It's very high odds of a massive move from band to band. Sorry, very low odds of a move from band to band. It's a very low frequency, but very high severity. So it's like a matrix, right? Risk is always a matrix. How often does this happen? And how severe is it when it happens? So frequency is high that you stay inside the band, 88%. Frequency is low that you break and keep going. By the end of the day, 88% of days, we will be inside of the green bands. So I don't usually take the long to pick up a few pennies along the way because it usually wants to do this, but also because the few chances it does sell off from here is very severe. I don't ever trade here long. Some people are like, I don't care, I'll take the risk. And the idea is you take the risk for those very few days that it happens. %12 of the time you close outside of the band. Of those 12, roughly 1 out of 4 are up days, 3 out of 4 are down days. So like 3% of days or whatever, you're closing above DD band. The other 8% or whatever, you're closing below DD band. And the rest inside the band. So the idea is, like, it's more probabilistic to take a short from here. But when you have the confluence not there, when the market is so super bullish, I don't take a short off of it. But doesn't mean that it's not a good short entry to bet that the market sells off. Because you have this probability working in your favor. I just don't like to bet bearish when the market's bullish. And my confluence goes away. My small trade, normally I would short with the small trade if I had the confluence. If I don't, I just don't do anything. Whenever I don't have confluence on a short, I sit out. When I don't have a confluence on a long, I just trade smaller. The difference between the way you long and short the markets. This is by far the best trick you'll ever learn from me. The new site will not show that you were lifetime. It won't show it. The new site is granting you, if you're old lifetime, the new site won't show that you're lifetime, but you'll still have access to your tools. When did DD Band's calculations switch for futures rollover? You switch them on your own, Nick, in the table. Whenever you want. You made it so we have the flexibility to do that. So right now, but the problem is right now our table's broken at the bottom left. The selection criteria is missing because when we had to redo our table from scratch, our guy didn't do this correctly. So yeah, so here, I mean, everything that we do here, it's all probabilities. I'm glad you guys are... But so the neat thing is that while there's an 88, what was 70? Oh, sorry. The 70% of the chance had nothing to do with this. It had to do with bull zone, bull zone. So that's a different story down there. Bull zone. I was like, what is that 70 coming from? Which is roughly 640 points away from here. Oh yeah, that was an idea like that. Bull zone. Pitch pressure. Guys, like trading's literally just odds. To be successful in trading, you're not a champion of predicting the market. Now, while we're pretty good at predicting volume, you're not a champion of predicting the market. You're a champion of knowing how much you bet under what cards the market deals to you. That is literally is the secret to trading. I'll post it in the Zoom calls, just like we said. Last, here's the probability. Actually, I'll put this in the actual training itself too, the new training module. So you guys in Zoom and YouTube, by the way, we have hundreds of people in our Zoom call, so make sure you sign up for that because that's where we're transitioning to. YouTube streaming, we're starting to push. We're going to Zoom. Everybody got to get over there. You guys know what I think is going to happen? Hourly chart on Nasdaq. Actually, like this. If the Fed drops anywhere inside of whatever, I firmly believe that we close strong on Qs for the month. Any big nasty selling day. Now here's the thing. Any big nasty selling day on Fed, we got a retracement level. It is like whatever happens. If the Fed just nukes the market like that one particular day, like here, I got my long entry point to go back up. Actually, no. It would likely, if it falls this hard. Oops. Like if we do get a nasty sell-off day on the Fed, you see this little kind of wiggly little area like that? Probably would support inside of there and keep going. Don't think anything bad's going to happen, but obviously no activity. 65% chance the Fed's going to lower interest rates, and if they don't, the market might rally a little bit on that, and then people selling into expiration. That mechanic is there because this FOMC is one of the more important ones, the highest probability of a Fed rate cut that we've had in a long time, and it's leading into monthly expiration and VIX expiration, which is today, right? So we got a lot of expiration mechanics, so anything can happen in here. If you're bullish for the long haul, which I am, any nasty selling day, I'm not going to even think about it twice. I'm going to let it sell, and then 5 minutes for that market closes, I'm going to get my call options to retrace some of that over a 2-week period. That October monthly maps come in very hella bullish. Looking solid there. That's it. Love days like this. %88 of the time we stay inside of here. I still don't short it because it doesn't necessarily mean it sells off. It just means that's the end of the long. And as you see, I closed out my long. Market's trying to sell. It's going to just hang around. I'm going to spend 8 hours staring at this, right? Call it a day. All right, you guys, don't forget the Zoom call here, if you haven't already. Help support the group. Hey guys. All right, YouTube, we're out. We usually hop out right about here. Done with my trades. Killed it today. Just an eval though. Nothing crazy. But like I said, join these Zoom calls. A whole revolution in what we already do. Because now we're going the statistical probabilistic route. You got to tell everybody about it. Help us grow. Help us get out there. Support the group. We're gonna get two